Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at a triple Shadow team. We're going to have the Shadow Dragonair, we're going to have the Shadow Swampert, as well as we're going to have the Shadow Dragonite. This team is very cool, worked out very well for me. I had great runs with this team. I think I only went positive. I played 3 sets, I think, and I went 11-4 with this team, which is really decent, to be fair. Of course, one issue going to be Alolan Ninetales. If you're too scared about Alolan Ninetales, which I can understand because it's pretty common, you can use the Galarian Stunfisk in the lead instead. This would give you some coverage for this one, but of course, it wouldn't be Shadow. So that's why we don't go for that one. We're actually going to encounter 2 Shadow Pokemon from the opponent already, but sadly they are not as spicy as we are. And we're going to encounter a Noctowl in the back. This is not a Shadow Pokemon. How could they? But we will be able to go for some Dragon Claw damage. Dragonite is so underrated. This Pokemon, honestly, you're going to see it in the video. It's going to be so amazing. I can't wait to show you how great this Pokemon is already here. Goodbye Noctowl. We don't really care too much about this Pokemon here. We're going to be able to go for another charge move as well. Dragon Claw coming through. We're going to get the shield, and they're going to have to throw their charge move here into our Swampert, and we can say goodbye to that one again. And we can see how good also Dragonite is. It just does so much damage. The cool thing here about this team as well, Dragonair is a really good save swap for this meta, because Dragonair going to be able to pretty neutral against nearly everything. But also, you still have some pretty decent bulk on this Pokemon, but also has the coverage of of the Aqua Tail and Body Slam. Usually, you see here what's it called? Dragon Pulse? Yeah, Dragon Pulse here. I changed this later on, like for the first 3 battles or something, I still had Dragon Pulse. Not because I wanted, just because I always forgot to TM it away, so oops. But yeah, still definitely a very cool Pokemon. Body Slam is the way to go usually for this Pokemon, because do a little bit more damage than an Aqua Tail. But yeah, otherwise, this team can struggle a little bit against those extremely bulky Pokemon that have spammy charge moves like the Umbreon. This can be a little bit of an issue. I think Azumarill would be also kind of an issue for this team. But like, honestly, I had such a great run with this team. I cannot really say too much negative about this one. It's just really good. You're going to be able to get some damage on them here as well. Most likely going to get our shield back as well at this point of time. As no, they're going to let this move go through, and we're going to see the Sableye. Sableye against Dragonite. We are not going to throw a single charge move here. We don't care too much about this one, and you see already how strong Dragonite is. We don't care about you. Like, it's a very bulky Pokemon with the Sableye. They're going to be able to knock me out, but we also still have our Swampert in the back that can farm them down, and they're going to lose with 2 shields. If you don't use your shields, you're gonna be gone here. We're going to see a Dragonair against us in the lead. That's going to be a little bit bad. You see here now we're going to have our Body Slam as well. We should have a little bit more health than the opponent here, so we can farm them all the way down, allowing us to realign while we have to lose 1 shield here at least, which is kind of not the best play for me now, because as you're going to see here, they're going to have a Noctowl, and Noctowl is a little bit difficult to deal with. What we're going to do here is we're going to go into our Dragonite, and I think we're just going to commit another shield here. I think I have to. I'm forced to shield this move up. It's going to be a Shadow Ball for whatever reason, and we're going to see a Lantern coming in. This is going to be an interesting one. I kind of want to try to catch a Thunderbolt onto my ground type here with the Swampert, but it's going to be a tough one. We're going to be able to go for another charge move here, Dragon Claw coming through, going to get the damage on them, and we're going to be able to swap out in time. Is this a Surf? Is this a Thunderbolt? It is a Thunderbolt. This is so huge. As you're going to see here right now, we will be able to now take even another Surf with our Swampert, and we can just farm them all the way down. We don't care too much about it. We can go for 1 Hydro Cannon here as well, trying to get them low, but I don't know if we can actually knock out the Noctowl still. It's going to be close. Can we get to the charge move in time? We can, and Dragonite is just going to town again. Going to be able to catch the move there, was able to do so much damage against the Lantern. It's just so much fun to play right now. Honestly, again, if you're too scared about something like the Alolan Ninetales, which you already saw in the first game there, go ahead and go for Galarian Stunfisk as a lead. It gives you a little bit more bulk for the team as well. Or you can also use something like the Registeel in the lead, but Galarian Stunfisk is a little bit safer in my opinion. But otherwise, here we're going to see the benefit of having a Shadow Dragonair. We will be able to go for another Aqua Tail here. Going to get the shield advantage, or like the shield back basically here. And we literally, maybe it's even worth it to shield here, but I was like, no, it's not really worth it that much, because we know already they have the Trevenant. I'm kind of forced to try to catch a move here. Is this an Earthquake? It is an Earthquake, and we're going to be able to now go ahead and farm them all the way down, but sadly, they're still going to be able to go for the Rock Slide here, and this is going to be a little bit tough, especially as we're going to see now the Registeel coming through here. They will be able to outspeed me to the next charge move. I'm gonna get them low though, so maybe there's still a chance. I'm not sure about this. We will be able to, of course, go down here from this Zapcan. I have to farm them all the way down. There is no other way of winning this game. We're going to see now the Trevenant coming back in here. This is already kind of hard. Well, I mean, we had a Grass type in the lead and 2 Steel types in the back against a Water type and 2 Dragon type Pokemon. So, like, there's no way that we can win this game here, right? We can go for another Hydro Cannon. We're gonna do a ton of damage, enough to farm them down, and we can say goodbye to the opponent here as well. This was a clear hard counter matchup for us, and we still were able to pull through here. It's insane. For this matchup, don't do what I'm doing here right now. Go ahead, go for one charge move first with your Swampert, go straight for the Hydro Cannon, and then swap out into your Dragonair. This will chip down the opponent that much that it's going to make the matchup way easier. Here we're going to see the Bastion coming in. They're kind of forced to throw a charge move against me, because 3 Awkward Tails going to do enough damage, but sadly my move timing was so bad that they literally just got one fast move snuck through there, which was the move that we were missing to get to a next charge move there, so this was my own mistake there. But still, we can take the Stone Edge, we have to farm them all the way down. There is no other way around here. We're going to see now the opponent coming back into the Medicham. We have 2 charge moves stored, and of course, what we're going to have to do here is going to try to throw at least 1 to hit them, and they're going to let the first move go through already. Lickitung comes in here. That can be a little bit problematic. We're going to shield up the Body Slam here as well. We're gonna get them so low already though. Like, that's kinda nice for us at least, as they're going to be able to go for 1 Dragon Claw. I have to go for another Dragon Claw now, but I'm not really keeping track of their energy so far. I think we're basically it's even, but they're going to overfarm quite a bit. I think I'm forced to farm them all the way down at this point, and I feel like I'm not really able to do this here. And yeah, they have already a charge move stored at this point of time. Great play by the opponent, but if I... Actually, maybe I should have thrown already. I forgot that I didn't have a shield. Maybe this was a misplay by me. I don't know. We see Frostus coming in against us. Frostus, of course, a very bad Pokemon to face for a Dragon-type Pokemon, but that's why we have the Dragonair as our Saysop. This Pokemon at least only gets single super effective damage against it, but also we're going to be able to get 2 shields from the opponent. And now we're going to have an interesting matchup with this one, as you're going to need another anti-flyer in the back there. You see me here going to do the Dragonite. Usually you're able to knock them out here with a 1-turn fast move. For whatever reason it didn't work out here, which is really bad for me, by the way. But we're going to see a Charizard coming in here. We have to catch the move. It did work out pretty well, but honestly I don't think, because of the because the fast move didn't go through in time, which is how it's supposed to work actually nowadays, but I don't know, it just didn't really, usually it doesn't work like that. It's kind of awkward. I think I could have got to the Earthquake here as well, which would have helped me out quite a bit, because I would have been able to farm them down here. So I make a lot of silly mistakes that are going to cost me the game. Nope, it does not. I can go for the Dragon Claw here against the opponent now. Does it knock out the opponent as well? It does, and we're still going to be able to win the game, just because Dragonite's damage output is just so wild. We're going to see a horrible lead again for the Trevenant in the lead, and we're going to get kind of wild with the Stunfisk again. At least you're going to see a lot of lead losses, so you know how to play this team then afterwards. Swapping into the Dragonair is so much fun right now. Awkward Tail coming through, we're going to do some decent damage against them as well. As you're going to see here, we're going to be able to... we would have nearly been able to win this matchup here already. Maybe should have went ahead and shielded this move up, but I feel like I'd just rather take the extra energy here. Going to let this move go through. This was very fast. It's just a Rock Slide for whatever reason they go for that, allowing me to farm them all the way down. I have so much energy. I'm just gonna go Blind Hydro Cannon, because I kind of need to get some damage on the Trevenant, as this would allow me to go ahead and get the farm down there with my Dragonite. And that's exactly what I'm going for, but the opponent going to swap out first into the Lantern, which makes this all a little bit more awkward. But the thing here as well is, again, we're going to be able to pressure the opponent quite a bit. And at this point of time, you see me no shielding the Surf, and you're going to see me no shielding the Surf again. Because if you didn't know, Shadow Swampert is actually a Trevenant killer if you put this into the right scenario here, because 2 Shadow Hydro Cannon basically do enough damage to knock them out of here. We can shield up the charge move coming in, they don't have more energy than that, and we have 2 Hydro Cannons stored right now. And as you're going to see here, the opponent going to shield this first move up, but the second move is coming through. And we can say goodbye to the Trevenant. Bye bye there. This was such a nice endgame there as well, knocking out everybody with the Shadow Swampert. Horrific lead here again, and this is most likely going to show how weak this team is going to be against the Ninetales, because there's nothing that I can do here really. it's going to be so bad, especially if they're going to double shield here, which of course my opponent is going to do here. So this is really awkward. I should be able to swap out now though into my I should swap out here into my Dragonair. I have to do this. I have to go for the Body Slam. I'm gonna get to the Body Slam in time at least, but honestly, they're going to get my final shield as well. And this Body Slam is not going to do enough damage. I'm gonna go ahead, go into my Dragonite. I have to shield this move up. There's not a lot that I can do at this point of time. I'm locked in as well. We see the Deoxys coming in, and yeah. If they double shield their Ninetales, there is little to no play for you two in this game here. Don't think there was anything I could have done at all. So just showing this as well. This is going to be an issue. Of course, if you have the Galarian Stunfisk in the lead instead, you're going to have a better time for that one. Next opponent, we're going to see a Swampert coming in. We're just going to swap onto the Hydro Cannon here, which worked out pretty well. Going to be resisted, trying to bait out the potential answer for Dragon types, which is going to be the Frostless, which still has to take one Aqua Tail, if they want to at least. Let's see. They do want to take this one, which I'm fine with. They should be into a much shot down range now, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. I should be able to farm them down before they can get to a second Avalanche, so this is going to be amazing for me. I have so much energy, and we're going to see a Noctowl coming in. Means we can just actually throw away our Swampert. We don't really need our Swampert anymore. I should honestly just stay in here, but I fear that I didn't do that. Let's take a look. No, I'm actually going to stay in here. I should let this move go through here. I'm pretty sure Dragonite is just sweeping, but no, I'm deciding to not do that. But it's not really the worst decision either, because I can still go ahead and go for Hydro Cannons here. Going to knock them out here anyway, after I will be able to catch a move here perfectly into my Dragonite, which is going to be amazing. Farming them down here. The opponent's Noctowl doesn't do enough damage to knock me out here either. I will go for the Dragon Claw just in case they're going to try to knock me out here with a charge move, which they're going to do. Now they're shieldless, and my Swampert is having a lot of energy, so let's go for the BM move. Of course we have to do that. Say goodbye to the Noctowl here. Earthquake is just showing the dominance of this team. It is wild. Next opponent, we're going to see here the Galarian Stunfisk in the lead. Finally a very good lead for me. They're going to stay in here, and they're going to be able to win this in the Zero Shield if I don't go for the Earthquake, which I don't gonna do here. But I'm going to swap out because I feel like they are double weak to my Swampert. Earthquake is going to do some decent damage, but as you can see here, the Charizard is coming through. Should be pretty fine. I think I made a mistake here. I shouldn't have went into my Swampert. I don't think I should have went into my Swampert. They can just shield this move up. I should have just went into my Dragonite and farmed them down. Honestly, I'm going to let this move go through though. It's going to be the Dragon Claw. I can still survive it, and I can go for another charge move. So I guess I get 2 shields from the opponent or the knockout. I'm going to get both shields from them, but they're going to get the shields back anyway. I feel like this was a huge mistake by me. I should have just went straight into my Dragonite, trying to farm them all the way down. Like this, I'm just going to waste both shields of mine, as well as I lost my Charizard, like my Swampert like this, and you're going to see the Trevenant coming in. And honestly, the brutal thing is my opponent actually threw completely, went into completely random time into their own Pokemon, and that's going to win them the game, because now they can go for one Shadow Ball. You thought, but nope, Dragonite is just too overpowered. They can catch all the moves, we don't really care about this. Dragonite is just sweeping the entire team from the opponent. Honestly, it's so wild. Next opponent, we're going to see a Medicham. This time around, I'm playing this correctly. Look at this one now. We're going to be able to go for one Hydro Cannon. I bet we're going to lose this game now as well, because I play this like this. But now we're going to be able to put them into a range where we can farm them down better with our Dragonair. As well as we're going to get out the Bastion. This is the reason why we have the Dragonair as a safe swap as well. Basically, I think I'd never had really the Bastion against my what's called Dragonite there, because you're always going to be able to bait them out. We have the best answer for this Pokemon in the lead, as you're going to have the best say-swap for it in the bag, and they have to throw the charge move here, which will allow us now to get a ton of energy here. Look at this. Some juicy energy here gains for our Swampert. We can go for another charge move here. Going to get the knockout, and we see the Registeel coming in. I don't know what the opponent thought they were doing here, but I don't mind. I just gonna go straight for the Hydro Cannons. I don't care about this. I kind of want to win this, to be fair, with my Dragonite though. So why not swap out into that one, into the Focus Blast of the opponent. Going to be able to easily survive that one, and we can say goodbye to that opponent, as they can go ahead, go for the Dragon Claw here. We'll be able to do enough to basically force the opponent to shield. I kind of want to win this though with my Dragonite, but I'm going to still let this move go through. They're going to undercharge it so they can farm down, but I don't know what they want to do here. We still have a shield left, so this is going to be a very good game as well. Bye-bye there. Swampert is just going to town. Final game for this video. I hope you enjoyed it so far. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would appreciate it. Triple Shadow action is so much fun in the Open Great League right now. I see a lot of people complain about, oh, the meta is so stale, like we have to use those Pokemon. Honestly, I feel like I have so much fun with like those anti-meta teams. It's just wild. Speaking of anti-meta, look at this Pokemon we're going to face here. It's a Nidoqueen. Honestly, I kind of want to use Nidoqueen again as well. This Pokemon is still pretty decent. Here we're going to be able to still, like, it actually was pretty decent against the Swampert, which is wild. But here we're going to see now the Medicham coming in. I tried to CMP against them because I don't really want to shield up my Dragonair. And this worked out like a charm. This should be a nice punch, which are going to knock us out straight away. And I think I can farm them down in time with my Dragonite at this point of time. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here. We see 4, 5, 6, and they were literally dying on the charge move. Let's see what's coming in now. The Bastion, never mind, we see a Bastion coming in against us. This is less than ideal, of course. Ooh, this is going to be a difficult one. We're going to be able to swap out still into our Swampert. We can go for a charge move here, and I think we should be fine. This is going to knock out the Nidoqueen, and I think we can farm down the Bastion, but it's going to be so close. We're going to die on the charge move. No, it's going to be so close, but these Dragon Claw coming through here, finishing this game off. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on the video. You see on the right side the top teams for the Open Great League. On the left side, you're going to see my latest video. And if you want some coaching, the link is in the description. Bye.